Now that we've started setting up the course, we've got some content put in, our syllabus is up, and we have a news item here to welcome students. I'm here on the course homepage, and the next step is to create a gradebook. So in the course navigation bar, the black bar right here, we want to click the Gradebook drop-down and click on Grades. Now when we get in here, we take a look and we can see kind of the basic options here of what we can look at. I prefer to go through settings rather than the wizard that they provide for us, just because it's a little more thorough. So I'm going to go ahead and click on settings here. We can take a look on the personal display settings. That's what will display for you. Really the only thing that I change on here is under grade details. I ensure that grade scheme symbol is checked. What that means is if you do a letter grade scheme in your course, it will show you the letter grade for each assignment, and especially for percentages, it will show you a percentage for not only your final calculated grade, or the current grade as I like to call it, but all of the different items within there. So I'm just going to click over to org unit display options. It does prompt me to save my changes. I'm going to go ahead and save. And we can see that that grade scheme symbol area is already checked for students for the org unit display options. The rest of these are kind of small preference things that I leave at defaults unless there's a reason to change them. But this last tab here for calculation options is where we choose our point system, or our grading system, pardon me. We have the ability to do weighted, points, or formula. The two that I'm going to go over will be weighted and points. Points is what's considered the most basic, and weighted is considered a little more advanced, although weighted more closely matches what a lot of folks' syllabi look like. So make your selection here and move forward with the assumption that you'll be looking at the individual choice, so a points-based gradebook or a weighted gradebook. As we move down, final grade released, the default should generally be calculated final grade, which means that the system calculates that grade and ensures that students see the most updated grade there. Adjusted final grade is a little more advanced. We won't typically use that. If you have questions about that, there is more information about the adjusted final grade. The last piece of this is whether or not to drop ungraded items. Drop ungraded items is the default, which means as you move along, as you enter grades, both the numerator and a denominator of a points-based system will increase, and students will have a good idea of how they've done in the class so far. Now, the treat ungraded items as 0 means that all students start with an F. They're going to start with a 0 in the class. They earn every single point that you provide to them as you assess their work throughout the class. Preference is probably drop ungraded items, but again, that's a personal decision. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this at points. We're going to drop our ungraded items, and I'm going to go ahead and save. We'll say yes. And for the next step, you want to pick either a weighted or points gradebook and move forward on that front.